Good morning, students. Jai Swaminarayan. At last session, we are learned TCP, DHCP, and IP, the various protocol. Here, we learn user datagram protocol. Is used to send and pray. But before that, UDP means, I repeat, datagram protocol is operates on top of the internet protocol to transmit a datagram over network. UDP does not require the source and destination to establish a three-way handshake before transmission like TCP. Additionally, there is no need for end-to-end connection. UDP avoid the overhead associated with connection, error checks, and retransmission of missing data. It's suitable for real-time or high-performance application that don't require data verification or corrections. If verification is needed, it can be performed at the application layer. UDP is commonly used for RPC. RPC means remote procedure call applications, although RPC can also run on top of TCP. TCP is a transmission control protocol. RPC application need to be aware they are running on UDP, user datagram protocol, and must then implement their own reliability mechanism. The benefit and downsides of UDP. Here we can see the send and pray, no connection. No need to establish a connection between source and destination. Got it? No special header like a TCP. Only basis of datagram. Protocol field in the IP header is 0 multiplied by 11. Another field in the IP header contains UDP specific header information. Here we need to learn the benefits and downsides of UDP. For knowledge, UDP has a number of benefits. First, no retransmission delay. UDP is suitable for time-sensitive application. Must remember, UDP is suitable for time-sensitive application that can't afford retransmission delay for dropped packets. Example include voice over IP, VoIP, online games, and media streaming. Next benefit is a speed. UDP speeds make it useful for query response protocols such as DNS, domain name systems or server, in which data packets are small and transactional. Is suitable for broadcast. UDP's lack of end-to-end communication make it suitable for broadcast, in which transmitted data packets are addressed as receivable by all devices on the internet. UDP is used for broadcast, can be received by a large number of clients without server-side overhead. At the same time, UDP, lack of connection requirement and data verification can create a number of issues when transmitting packets. These include no guaranteed ordering of packets. Here, UDP not follow the sequence number like TCP. No verification of the readiness of computer receiving the message. Also, no protection against duplicate packets. No guarantee the destination will receive all transmitted bytes. This is most important. UDP have no guarantee the destination will receive all transmitted bytes. UDP, however, does provide a checksum to verify individual packet integrity. UDP's packet structures is a part of source port, destination port, length, and checksum. For knowledge only, the UDP, DDoS threats and vulnerabilities, we need to highlight a few examples for knowledge only. UDP, lack of a verification mechanism and end-to-end connection make it vulnerable to number of DDoS attacks. Attackers can spoof packets with arbitrary IP addresses and reach the application directly with those packets. This is in contrast to TCP, in which a sender must receive packets back from the receiver before communication can start. UDP specific DDoS attacks include UDP flood. It involves a large volume of spooled UDP packet being sent to multiple ports on a single server. Knowing that there is no way to verify the real source of packets. Server respond to all requests with ICMP destination unreachable message, overwhelming its resources. This is UDP flood. DNS amplification. Amplification attacks involve a perpetrator sending UDP packet with a snooped IP address, which correspond to IP of victim to its DNS resolvers. The DNS resolver then send their response to the victims. The attack is crafted such that the DNS response is much larger than the original request, which create amplification of the original attack. UDP port scan is also one kind of attack. The server to determine which port is open, respond with ICMP destination message. If the port is not open, there is no such response. The attacker infer that the port is open and then use this information to plan an attack on system. Few more attacks are, we are not in details, but just share a name: volume based attacks, protocol attacks. The two attacks are mostly happen in UDP protocol. Now we are start fragmentation. Fragmentation is a part of IP fragmentation. IP datagram can come across smaller maximum transmission units than its own size. Resender chops up the IP datagram into many IP datagrams, the fragments. Fragmentation are reassembled at the destination. It's process that breaks packet into smaller fragments or pieces so that the resulting piece can pass through a link with smaller maximum transmission unit MTU. Maximum transmission unit is the size of largest protocol data unit. Protocol data unit, short form PDU, that can be communicated in a single network layer transaction. The MTU relates to, but it is not identical to the maximum frame size that can be transported on the data link layer. Here I repeat, fragmentation is an IP process that breaks packet into smaller pieces like a fragments. Its resulting piece can pass through link with smaller maximum transmission unit than the original packet size. The fragments are reassembled by the receiving host. Fragments carries the fragment identifier, offset in original data portion, length of data payload in fragment is flag that indicate whether or not this is the final fragment. Here, if the receiving host receive a fragmented IP packet, it has to reassemble the packet and pass it to the higher protocol layer. Reassembly is intended to happen in the receiving host, but in practice it may be done by an intermediate router. For example, NAT. NAT means Network Address Translation. You need to reassemble fragments in order to translate data stream. It is a method of remapping an IP address space into another by modifying network address information in the IP header of packets while they are in transit across traffic routing device. The detail of fragmentation mechanism is architectural approach to fragmentation are different between Internet Protocol version 4 and version 6. Here we seen the example of fragmentation is a large echo request ping/l. Here we get a port number and IP address. Is assume MTU. MTU means maximum transmission unit is 1500, which is represent the size of the largest protocol data unit that can be communicated in single network layer transaction. MTU relate to, but it is not identical to the maximum frame size that can be transported on the data link layer. For example, Ethernet frame. Here we are looking around the fragmentation in which you look here, the fragment have specific size, have a IP header, ICMP header, both are ICMP header used for echo request is a 8 byte and data. Here you are seeing here the 1500 plus 1500B plus total bytes are used 4068. Here we need to just get the basic example of the fragmentation of protocol data unit in given layer into smaller protocol. The header capacity is 20 bytes and data, the maximum limit is 10,000 bytes. Is a new protocol data unit is called a fragmentations In each layer, the header have a 20 bytes and data have a 2500 bytes. This is a basic of fragmentations and basic structures. We can also remember the fragmentation take place on two levels. First one, the maximum transmission unit is 4000 bytes, and the second it is 2500 bytes. Fragmentation, the first fragment, you look around the protocol, use here ICMP, the fragment ID, more fragments, fragment offset and data length. Basic structure you are already aware with, the IP header and ICMP headers. Fragmentation, the second level, the IP address, the protocol, same here. We are look around, the more fragments we can get the acknowledgement by the port is a true or false. That means connection oriented or connection less, either it is open or closed. The last fragment can see here, the more fragment is a false. IP header, that size is contain the protocol, fragments, offsets and data length. Then we carry the data using ICMP protocol. This is a last fragment. Here we are seeing an example, the ping/l. Here we give the port number, data and IP address for requesting the sequence with particular fragments and get acknowledgement in various fragments from particular IP address. This is all about fragmentation. Here DF is caused don't fragment flag. DF is used as a flag. If forwarding nodes find that the datagram need to be fragmented but that the DF flag is set, it should respond with ICMP host unreachable, need to fragment, used to find minimum MTU on link. You are already know MTU, maximum transmission unit. It used to break packet into smaller pieces like a fragments. Fragmentation has security implications. Is a stateless firewall look only at individual packages. Protocol header is only in the first fragment. Stealth attack scans have able payload only in the second and following fragments. Fragments teardrop and friends teardrops is in 1997. The fragments with overlapping offset fields. Many contemporary OS crashed, hang and rebooted. Then second is Zolt 2. This is example, single fragment with non-zero offset, receiving system allocate resource to reconstruct a datagram that never arrives. Fragments, the teardrop and friends is create a fragment that seem to come from a GB datagram. Trusting OS tries to allocate memory and dies. The ping off date, Windows 95 operating system allowed to send a ping that was just a tad too long. Receiving host would crash. Unnamed attacks, the missing fragments lead to resource allocation. Now, ICMP, we are already learned ICMP, but in details we can start in next session. Before that, I repeat, a fragmentation, IP fragmentation is an internet protocol. We break packets, we learn the MTU, the maximum transport unit. Fragments are reassembled by the receiving host. We also looked the IP version 4 and 6 differences and a few basic structures, the fragmentation of protocol data, unit in given layer into small fragments, impact on network forwarding. We are also learned in this session when a network has a multiple parallel paths technology like LAG and CF split traffic across the path according to a algorithm. IP fragmentation can cause excessive retransmission when fragments encounter packet loss, and reliable protocols such as TCP must retransmit all of the fragment in order to recover from the loss of single fragment. Sender typically use two approaches. Must remember to decide the size of IP packet to send over the network. The first is for the sending host to send an IP packet of size equal to the MTU of the first hop of the source destination pair. The second is to run the path MTU discovery algorithm is used to determine the path MTU between two IP hosts so that IP fragmentation can be avoided. We are also look example of IP version 4 multiple fragmentation. It takes place in two levels. In first one, maximum traffic transmission unit is 4000 bytes and second 2500 bytes. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan. In next session, we will learn ICMP. Thank you.